For decades, people have been told that the slow and steady path to wealth is the safest bet. Work hard, save, invest a little, and one day, decades from now, you might finally enjoy life. But here's the reality. Most people on this path never make it. A lifetime of effort for what? A 2002 survey found that 69% of people expected to work beyond retirement age. A year earlier, nearly half believed they'd be working into their 70s or 80s. This isn't a plan. It's a trap. Because by the time people realize the system failed, it's too late. They've traded their best years for a future that never arrives. Take Sarah, for example. A diligent accountant who followed the script perfectly. She worked overtime, skipped vacations, and maxed out her 401k contributions every year. By 55, she was still grinding away at her desk, staring blankly at spreadsheets while sipping stale coffee. "I thought I'd be retired by now," she muttered to herself during yet another late-night shift. Her coworker James overheard her and leaned over sympathetically. "You're not alone," he said quietly. "I know plenty of folks in their 60s who are still stuck here. It's like we're all running on a treadmill that never stops." Sarah sighed. "What's the point of saving if you can't even use it?" James nodded grimly. "Exactly. We spend so much time preparing for tomorrow that we forget to live today. The real risks of the slow path, the biggest lie, that the slow route is safe. In reality, it's full of landmines, 40 years of uncertainty. Markets crash, companies fail, and entire industries disappear. No control. You depend on bosses, governments, and financial systems to do the right thing. Aging before freedom. What good is money if your body is too worn down to enjoy it? Consider Mark, a factory worker who spent 35 years climbing the corporate ladder. He saved diligently, invested conservatively, and avoided taking risks. But when his company downsized unexpectedly, he found himself unemployed at 58, with no pension and dwindling savings. One evening, sitting alone in his modest apartment, Mark stared at his reflection in the window. "All those years, wasted," he whispered bitterly. His son Alex noticed his despondency during a family dinner and decided to check in. "Dad, what's going on?" Alex asked gently. Mark shook his head. "I did everything they told me to do. I worked hard, saved my money, played it safe. And for what? Now I'm stuck with nothing." Alex frowned. "Maybe the problem wasn't you. It was the system. Maybe there's another way." Mark looked up, intrigued but skeptical. "Like what?" "Something where you're in control," Alex replied. "Where you don't have to rely on someone else to decide your fate." Who actually wins? The few who succeed in this system are usually exceptionally talented. A tiny percentage climb to the highest levels. Elderly. They finally make it when they have little energy left to enjoy it. Overworked. Grinding for decades, sacrificing health, relationships, and freedom. Lisa knew this all too well. After years of climbing the corporate ladder, she reached a senior executive position, but at a steep cost. Her marriage fell apart, her health deteriorated, and her social life vanished. During a rare moment of reflection, Lisa sat down with her mentor Karen to discuss her journey. "I made it," Lisa said flatly, gesturing to her corner office. "But sometimes I wonder if it was worth it." Karen raised an eyebrow. "Define worth it. Did you achieve your goals?" Lisa hesitated. "On paper, yes. But I lost so much along the way. My kids barely know me. My ex-husband resents me, and I haven't taken a vacation in years." Karen nodded knowingly. "That's the hidden price of success in this system. It demands everything, and often gives very little back." Lisa sighed. "So, what's the alternative?" "That's the question everyone should be asking," Karen replied. "Instead of trading your life for scraps of approval, focus on building something sustainable. Something that works for you, not against you." The alternative? Own your time. Instead of working 40 years for a maybe, shift the game. Build assets, not just savings. A business, investments, or skills that create income without endless labor. Leverage time, not just effort. Work that grows even when you stop clocking in. Focus on control. The more control you have over your income, the less you rely on unpredictable systems. Tom understood this better than anyone. After years of frustration in the corporate world, he decided to pivot his career entirely. He started a side hustle, selling handmade crafts online, reinvesting profits into digital marketing tools and automation software. At first, progress was slow. His nights were filled with YouTube tutorials instead of relaxation, and his weekends were spent tweaking ad campaigns and managing orders. But within 3 years, his online store generated enough passive income to replace his full-time salary. One day, while celebrating a major milestone with his wife Rachel, Tom reflected on his journey. "I used to think success meant working harder," he admitted. "Now I realize it's about working smarter, building systems that generate value, even when I'm not actively involved." Rachel smiled. "And look at you now. You've got flexibility, freedom, and actual control over your life." Tom nodded. "Exactly. No more waiting for someday. Someday is today." Breaking free from the system. Breaking free from the system requires courage and a willingness to challenge conventional wisdom. Rachel, who had watched Tom transform his life, decided to follow suit. She quit her corporate job to pursue entrepreneurship, launching a coaching business aimed at helping others break free from the same traps she once fell into. Initially, her friends and family were skeptical. "Aren't you scared?" her mom asked worriedly. "What if it doesn't work out?" Rachel smiled confidently. "Of course I'm scared. But staying stuck in a system that doesn't serve me is scarier. At least this way, I'm in control." Her gamble paid off. Within 2 years, Rachel had built a thriving practice that allowed her to travel, spend time with loved ones, and live life on her terms. Looking back, she realized the greatest risk wasn't failure. It was settling for mediocrity. During a keynote speech at a local entrepreneurship conference, Rachel shared her story with the audience. "For years, I believed wealth was about waiting patiently for someday," she said. "But true wealth comes from creating opportunities above your limits. If you want to build a future worth living for, stop shrinking your life and start scaling your impact." The crowd erupted in applause, inspired by her message. A new perspective. The slow plan isn't just slow, it's a gamble that most people lose. The question is, are you willing to bet your life on it? As Karen told Lisa during their reflective conversation, "It's not about denying yourself joy. It's about finding ways to create more of it. Focus on building systems that generate wealth, not just habits that preserve it." Lisa nodded, slowly, feeling a spark of hope ignite within her. "Maybe it's time to stop waiting for someday," she said softly, "and start thinking bigger." Karen grinned. "That's the spirit.